After a 7-1 setback yesterday, the Evansville Otters will look to even the series today against the Washington Wild Things. We are back at Wild Things Park in Washington, Pennsylvania. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Kyle Chandler joining you here for the pregame show. The Evansville Otters 20-32 on the 2024 season. Washington 34-17. This has been a story between these two clubs where one has gone in one direction and the other in the opposite, and Washington continues to stay atop of the Frontier League in wins and the least losses, while Evansville currently fighting in a tie for last place in the West Division. And when you take a look at those Frontier League standings, with Evansville 14.5 games back now of Washington, they are also 9 games back of the Gateway Grizzlies, who are currently in third place. Well, Evansville has some work to do, no doubt about that. But as the old cliche goes, that's why you play all 96. And there is still time, albeit that time is shrinking as the days go on for Evansville to make a second half comeback to try to get themselves back in to the playoff hunt. The closest teams that Evansville trail right now, the Florence Yawls hold down the 6th seed, and the Yawls have a 2.5 game advantage over Evansville. Then in front of them, the Joliet Slammers 3.5 games ahead of the Otters in 5th place. Schaumburg just outside of a playoff spot. They are 5 games ahead of Joliet, and well, they are 8.5 games ahead of Evansville. So realistically, you think over this next week before the All-Star break, Evansville should try to get as close as possible to Joliet, and maybe even Florence is a more realistic expectation, just to overtake 2.5 games in the division. That could be huge, especially to create some momentum coming back from the Midsummer Classic, which is not too far away. We're only about a week away from that Midsummer Classic up in Quebec. And, well, David Mendham, the only Otter to represent Evansville this year, so he will go up there. The rest of the guys will have some time to think about how this season has gone, what they want of it, not just for the team, but also for themselves. As we all know, really, these guys are here to climb the ladder and get to the affiliated ranks. But you certainly have more of a spotlight on you whenever you are winning more games as a team, because that just really highlights that you have talented players on the roster if you're able to beat other professionals. And so Evansville really does need some more wins, again, not just for the team, but also to get some more eyes, more scouts on these players that are trying to make something of their baseball careers. Well, it could all start today, and today is a new day. Again, Evansville losing yesterday 7-1, and for the third time in 4 games here at Wild Things Park in 2024, Evansville scored first yesterday, and they are 0-4 against Washington this year while playing at this venue. And the Wild Things also 3-0 on the road against Evansville to bring their 2024 totals to 7-0. So even if Evansville wins every game the rest of the year, Washington will still win the season series. But aside from that point, Evansville will still be gunning for blood today. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the visiting Evansville Otters. They are led by manager Andy McCauley. Delvin Zinn, the shortstop, will lead things off. Behind him and playing second base is Gary Mattis. Batting third for the Otters, David Mendham, he plays first base. Dakota Phillips, the designated hitter, will clean things up. Randy Bednar bats fifth and plays left field. Mason White, the right fielder, batting sixth. Batting seventh out in center is Alec Oland, and Justin Felix will be doing the catching. He will bat eighth. Alex Adams bats ninth, and he plays the hot corner, third base. Kobe Foster will be on the rubber for Washington, and Foster has put together an incredible 2024 season, a .273 ERA, 5-1 win-loss record, and the left-hander will be making his 11th start tonight, and that's in as many appearances as well. 62 2/3 prior innings of work. Let's flip the book over and take a look at Tom Vaith's Washington Wild Things. It'll be Caleb McNeely, the center fielder, leading things off. Ethan Wilder, the shortstop, bats second. Tommy Caulfield batting third. He plays third as well. Tyreek Reed, the designated hitter, cleans things up. Andrew Check playing first base. He bats fifth. Brandon McElwain, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Evan Berkey playing second base, batting seventh. Robert Chayka out in left field, bats eighth. And filling out the starting nine for Washington, J.C. Santini, he will be back behind the plate. On the rubber for Evansville, Zach Smith, and the right-hander, a 3.41 ERA this season. He is 4-5, making his 12th start, also his 12th appearance. 66 prior innings of work for Smith, and this should be a great pitchers matchup tonight. Both pitchers in the top 10 in ERA in the Frontier League, and both pitchers in the top 10 in strikeouts in the Frontier League as well. So two guys who like to work efficiently, rack up a lot of Ks, and it should be a good one. A cool day here at the ballpark, and it was blistering hot earlier this morning, but the temperatures have dropped to 76 degrees. We have a high of 88. I don't know if we'll be seeing any of that the rest of the night, as the clouds have rolled in here over the hills of the Appalachian Mountains, and the sun is shining, and there's a little bit of blue, but also some dark clouds, so we'll have to see if that R word stays away here at Wild Things Park. Should be a good one. We're going to take a step aside on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem, followed by today's first pitch. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. It's that time of the day again. Otters baseball coming your way here on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. So happy you could join us for this Wednesday night contest between the Evansville Otters and the Washington Wild Things. Kyle Chandler with you here for the play-by-play. Evansville dropping yesterday's contest 7-1, and they look to even the series here in their three-game road set against Washington. Washington 7-0 against Evansville this season. Ballpark dimensions here at Wild Things Park in Washington, Pennsylvania. 325 to the right and left field lines, and it is 405 toward dead center. Calling our balls and strikes tonight, home plate umpire Manuel Fleites. Kyle Eastman will be our first base umpire, and it is Tom West over at third. On the rubber for Washington, Kobe Foster. He is 5-1 this season. This is his 11th appearance, all in starts, 62 2/3 prior innings, and he has a 2.73 ERA. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about this pitching matchup as the innings go on, but let's just say it should be a good one between Foster and right-hander Zach Smith, who will pitch for Evansville tonight. Leading things off, it'll be Delvin Zinn for the Otters. He bats right-handed, working on a 4-game hit streak, and he had 2 out of the 5 Otters hits yesterday in a 2-for-3 night. Foster, the southpaw, gets the sign. He's into the windup. Here's the first pitch of the game, and it's at the knees, a called strike. We're underway at 6:07 p.m. Zinn batting .318 this year. Foster winds and fires, and it's a fastball that misses just off the outside portion of the plate. So the count 1-1 for Zinn. And Zinn was batting at the bottom of the order for Evansville all the way up until this game. Here's the 1-1. And he watches it low. So it's 2 balls and a strike for Zinn. He's really started to turn it on with the bat, and it's been a delight to watch, especially considering he struggled in the American Association earlier this year. The pitch, just off the outside black. And the count is now 3-1 to Zinn. He's not really chasing much. He's seeing a lot of pitches, just putting together quality ABs. Foster kicks and deals. Here's the 3-1, and it's sent back over the screen. Foul. We'll try it at a payoff. Zinn batting .375, 6 for 16 in his last 5 games. He's scored twice with 1 double, 1 homer, an RBI, and a couple of walks as well. Here comes the payoff pitch. And it's lined over to right field, sinking quickly, and a base hit for Zinn. So go ahead and bump that 4-game hit streak up to a 5-game hit streak, as the Otters shortstop saw 6 pitches against Foster, and it's a leadoff base runner for Evansville to begin the night. So now coming to the plate, Gary Mattis. Tough day at the office yesterday, 0 for 4, 2 Ks. Lefty on righty battle. Here's the southpaw's first pitch, and it's sent foul to the right side, out of play. 0-1 the count. Mattis 3 for 16 in his first 4 games with Evansville. Foster at the set. Here comes the 0-1, runner goes to second. This is lined down the right field line, chasing after it, McElwain. He won't be able to get there. This will clank off the wall in fair play, and it's going to be extra bases for Mattis. He stops at second base, up to third, Zinn. And how about this? Something cooking for Evansville here in the first inning. No score, but here comes David Mendham trying to change that. Mendham had an RBI yesterday, and he brought home the only Otters run, which came in this first inning. Finished the game 1 for 4 with a double and a walk to go along with that run batted in. He bats left-handed. Foster at the set, twirls and deals from the stretch. And it's a fastball that misses low. The count is 1-0. Evansville was able to score first in yesterday's game. Washington answered in the bottom of the first inning, then took the lead in the third with a 4-run frame. They never looked back. Now the 1-0 delivery. Mendham cuts and comes up empty on a breaking ball. And the count is 1-1. Mendham selected as a 2024 All-Star. So after the Lake Erie series, he will go up to Quebec on Monday for the Midsummer Classic. Now the 1-1. And here's a ground ball hit out toward first, behind the bag. Check fields it. He will step on it unassisted. Coming in to score is Delvin Zinn, and it's a fielder's choice RBI for David Mendham. Up to third, Mattis, and it's 1-0 Otters. So another good start for Evansville. No stranger to good starts against this Washington club, especially while playing at Wild Things Park. Now at the plate, left-handed hitter Dakota Phillips. First pitch to him, and it's a check swing, foul ball down the third base side. And we'll try it at 0-1. Including this game tonight, Evansville has seen action in 5 games at Wild Things Park in 2024. They have scored first in 4 of those contests. Here's the 0-1. And it's a breaking ball, and a beauty drops in for a strike, and Foster's ahead 0-2. Evansville's record while scoring first at Wild Things Park against Washington, 0-4. And they are 0-7 against the Wild Things this season. Now the 0-2 from Foster. Fastball misses outside. Well, Foster also selected as an All-Star, so he will join Mendham in the Midsummer Classic up in Quebec. Zach Kirby, who is also starting tomorrow, will head up there as well, the 1-2. And Phillips puts a charge into this one. High and deep towards center field on his horse McNeely. He will make the catch, but this will be plenty deep. Mattis comes in to score, and it's a 2-0 Otters lead. So 2 gone in the inning, and the first 2 men reaching base with a Delvin Zinn single, a Gary Mattis double. Both men come in to score. And the situational hitting already in the plus column for Evansville tonight. Here comes Randy Bednar. First pitch from the windup from Foster is a fastball that misses outside. And the count is 1-0. Base is empty here in the first. Foster winds and deals. And Bednar takes one at the knees for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Well, they called that first pitch a strike, apparently. Scoreboard shows 0-2. Here it comes. And this is popped up first base side, foul territory. Check near the Wild Things bullpen. Makes the basket catch, flips the ball into the seats for a fan, and that'll do it here in the top of the first. So Evansville plates 2, and they take an early lead against Washington. The Wild Things coming to the plate for the first time when we come back. Zach Smith toes the rubber for Evansville. We're in the bottom of the first inning. The right-hander from the stretch deals to Caleb McNeely, and it misses. No, it's a called strike at the knees, beg your pardon. The count is 0-1. Evansville jumping ahead early, plating more runs in the first inning throughout this series. Next pitch from Smith misses outside, a ball and a strike for McNeely. Couple of base hits to begin the game, and both guys coming in to score. So it's 2-0 with Evansville leading. Smith kicks and deals, swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. Now Smith selected as a 2024 All-Star. A late add. He wasn't originally on the slate, but he will be making his way up to Canada next week. Now the 1-2. And it's a fastball that skips by the catcher, Felix. Missed low, and it goes back to the screen. 2-2 the count. Smith, 4-5 this season, a 3.41 ERA. This is his 12th appearance, 12th start, 66 prior innings. He comes home with the 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. So a good start for the right-hander tonight, setting down McNeely. And now he will see Ethan Wilder. Otters lead it 2-0. Wilder batting .291 on the season. Digs in from the right side. Smith ready. Here's the pitch. And it's lined back to the screen foul. The count is 0-1. Wilder 1 for 4 yesterday. Had a run scored and a strikeout. Smith shakes off Felix. Now gets one he likes. He kicks and deals. Fastball misses just off the outside part of the plate. 1-1. Wilder now 5 for 20 on the homestand. Smith at the set. Here's the pitch. And it misses downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Evansville dropping yesterday's contest 7-1. Off to a good start tonight, trying to even the series and force a rubber match. Now the next pitch. And this is shot through the right side, splits the 3-4 gap in the infield. And that'll be a base hit for Wilder. First base runner of the game for Washington tonight. So that'll bring up Tommy Caulfield back in the order after missing yesterday's game. And supposedly there was a situation earlier in the homestand where he said some things to Tom Vaith maybe shouldn't have said. And on a bunt, he didn't get it down. First pitch to him misses high. Wasn't happy about it. You have to wonder if that had anything to do with him not being in the lineup yesterday. Well, could just be a day off for him too. 6 for 20 in the homestand. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Grounder hit foul to the right side, and the count is 1-1. Caulfield batting .274 on the year, 7 homers, 39 RBI. He bats left-handed. Smith leans in, gets the sign. He throws to first, back in with a head-first slide as Wilder. Now this Wild Things club, led by a few guys who hit a ton of home runs. Well, they're only in the middle of the road in the Frontier League in home runs as a club. Here's a ground ball hit out towards second, toward the first base side. Diving Mattis tries to throw to first, and they got him. Able to beat Caulfield by a half a step. Well, Mattis took that one awkwardly, played it on the bounce, but fell to the ground while doing so. And he was able to throw it to Mendham at first, just in the nick of time, moving up to second base. Wilder. There was never going to be a chance for 2. So it's a 4-3 fielder's choice, and there's 2 gone in the inning. Here comes Tyreek Reed. Smith's first pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Otters lead it 2-0. And we're in the first. Reed 3 for 4 yesterday, a home run. That was a 3-run smash that he had. Was a part of a 4-run inning. Here's the 1-0. Grounder hit out towards second. This should end the inning. Taken on 3 bounces by Mattis. He will flip to first. That's all she wrote. 1 in the books. And 1 stranded in scoring position for Washington. Evansville on top 2-0 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Top of the second inning, and Evansville with a 2-0 lead over Washington, leading it off for the Otters. Mason White, as he will face left-hander Kobe Foster. Foster gave up a pair of base hits, and Evansville capitalized, scoring both runners. The left-hander gets the sign, and he's into the wind. Here comes his first pitch, and White squares the bunt, pulls back a called strike, and it's 0-1. White batting left-handed. He's a .302 hitter in 33 games for Evansville this year. The pitch, swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 to White. White with 4 homers, 25 RBI, 16 runs scored. Was picked up all the way back in early June, just over a month ago. The 0-2 pitch. Here's a fly ball hit high into left field, shallow, backing up as the shortstop Wilder, and he will make the running catch down by the left field line. Boy, that was a long run for the shortstop, but I don't know if Chaka just couldn't see it. Almost seemed like he had a delayed reaction on the baseball, and so the shortstop Wilder took charge and he made a nice play. Well, maybe he just called for it immediately, and with the way that wind is today, you never know where that baseball is going to land. Now at the plate, Alec Oland. First pitch to him is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. It is a windy day here today, and our American flag blowing directly out toward left field. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball that misses off the inside part of the plate. Well, the nice thing about the wind is that it has cooled the weather down. Not nearly as hot as it was this morning. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, and Olin is down in the count 1-2. But we have gusts up to 36 miles an hour, a steady breeze at 16 miles an hour. The southpaw winds and fires. Here's a ground ball hit deep in the hole at short. Backhanded by Wilder. Strong throw to first, and it's 2 outs from the shortstop here in the second inning, and there's nobody on for Justin Felix. Evansville on top 2-0 over Washington, and Foster trying to recuperate after throwing 18 pitches in that first frame. He has thrown just 7 in inning number 2, and he's got 2 quick outs. Felix trying to snap a 3-game hitless streak, and the shift is on for him. Foster into the motion. He comes home. Swing and a miss. Felix hitting 183 on the year. This is his 24th game for Evansville. He has struggled at the plate, trying to do a job here and create a rally. Now the 0-1. Cuts and comes up empty. A nice breaking ball from Foster. Looked like he pulled the string with a changeup, and Felix was way out in front. So he will call time. So the second baseman, Berkey, playing to the left side of second base. On the shortstop side, Wilder shaded over into the outfield, and Caulfield playing closer to the line. Outfield, medium deep. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses high. Well, you wonder why you keep a guy who's hitting 183 consistently in the lineup, and that's because he has such a good rapport with these pitchers. Felix cuts and comes up empty on the 1-2 pitch, and that'll do it here in the top of the second inning. An 11-pitch frame for Foster as he works a 1-2-3. We'll take it to the bottom of the second with Evansville on top of Washington, 2-0 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Andrew Check will lead it off here in the home second for Washington. Evansville with a 2-0 lead, and Zach Smith, the right-hander, back on the rubber. He will work from the stretch. He kicks and deals the first pitch, and the left-handed hitter takes a fastball high. The count is 1-0. 14 pitches, 8 strikes for Smith in inning number 1. He gave up a base hit to Ethan Wilder, but no damage done. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Check takes a breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Smith, a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, cut fastball, slider, and a changeup. He's ready. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fastball way outside. 2 balls and a strike for Check. Check 2 for 4 yesterday. An RBI and a run scored, but his first hit, which came with that RBI and tied the game in the first inning, was a weak infield single. Could have been a fielder's choice. Here's the 2-1. And it's slapped foul to the left side, out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it was a miscommunication between Dakota Phillips at first and Tristan Harvin on the mound at the time. What a end to the inning. But the scorers ruled it as a base hit. And so he picked up the RBI because of it. Now the 2-2. Here's a ground ball hit hard deep in the hole at short. Backhanded by Zinn. Long throw first on a bounce, and Mendham snatches it out of the turf. Oh, what a play. Zinn showing off the range. And he was back on the outfield grass to make that throw, and Mendham with a nice play at first to complete the 6-3 putout, and there's one gone here in the second. So now coming to the plate, Brandon McElwain. The first pitch to him from Smith, in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Well, Smith has been the best pitcher all year for Evansville, which is why he will be an all-star. The right-hander at the set, now the pitch. It misses high, 1-1 strike for McElwain. Evansville will need another good appearance out of Smith tonight because the Otters are in desperate need of a win. Now the 1-1 pitch, and it's at the knees, just a shade downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Smith pitched against Joliet on July 4th, which was his last appearance. Went 6 innings, gave up just a run and 3 hits. Here's the 2-1 offering. Ground ball hit out towards short. Taking it on a bounce is Zinn. His throw to first will pull Mendham off the bag, and that time it's going to be an E6. Well, a bit of a lackadaisical throw from the shortstop. Maybe he got a little too comfortable out there, and he doesn't seem too happy with himself. But it's a base runner for Washington here in the second inning. McElwain on first, and coming to the plate, it's Evan Berkey. Otters lead it 2-0. Righty on righty battle. Smith comes to the set. He kicks and deals. Runner goes to second. Here's a chopper out toward third, taken just across the chalk by Alex Adams, the third baseman. And the count will be 0-1. So we'll see if Smith can work around the defensive mistake. Well, this Evansville club has struggled defensively. They are 12th in the league with a .970 fielding percentage. Now the 0-1. Fastball misses high. On the other end, they are playing the best defensive team, with Washington first in fielding percentage at .985. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball high, runner goes to second. Throw from Felix, a good one, and they got him. McElwain gunned down at second, and the caught stealing makes it 2 outs here in this second inning, and the count will be 2 balls and a strike for Evan Berkey. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's now 2-2. Berkey batting .246 on the year. 3 homers, 14 RBIs. He picked up a homer yesterday. Now the 2-2 from Smith. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. So that'll do it. Despite the error from Delvin Zinn, Smith still faces the minimum here in the second inning, and Evansville has a 2-0 lead over Washington on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Top of the third inning, 9-1-2 in the Otters order. Alex Adams will lead it off. Kobe Foster, the southpaw, winds and fires the first pitch, and it's in there, taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. Otters on top of Washington, 2-0. Here's the 0-1, and it's a breaking ball that misses outside. Adams into his third professional game, 1 for 6, with a double in the series against Joliet. He did not play against New England. Now the 1-1 offering. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 to Adams. This is a guy that played in NAIA ball during the spring. Actually saw Mason White in the College World Series, and White's team took him down. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, that's 7 in a row retired after giving up 2 base hits to begin the game for Foster. And the lineup will turn over. Here comes the leadoff man, Delvin Zinn. 33 pitches, 25 strikes for the left-hander. He gets the sign from Santini. He winds and fires home. Zinn swings at it and puts a line drive through the left side. Base hit, and it's his second knock of the game. My goodness, if Delvin Zinn can keep hitting like this, who knows what kind of momentum he can create for the rest of the guys to follow in the lineup. And now coming to the plate, it'll be Gary Mattis, a 1-out base runner for the Otters here in the third. They're on top 2-0. Mattis doubled down the right field line his first time up. Went Oppo Taco, and that's his second double of the year. A-Bat's right-handed. Foster, the southpaw, at the set. He twirls and deals, and Mattis cuts and comes up empty. And it's 0-1. Well, Gary was 3 for 12 in the series against New England, and Andy McCauley has called back the cavalry with the players he has corralled in Gary Mattis, Terrence Marin, and Dakota Phillips. Here's the pitch, and it misses downstairs, a ball and a strike. Players who have all formerly spent time with Evansville at one point or another. Mattis is into his 4th year with the club. Now the 1-1. And Foster's fastball misses just off the outside black. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Foster has had great career numbers since coming to Washington. He's ready at the belt. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. He'll throw to first instead, and they got Zinn picked off. Check with it at first base. Now he throws to second base, and Zinn is tagged out. Well, it was the shortstop Ethan Wilder to receive the toss from Check, and it only took 1 throw as Check ran at him, pump faked the ball once or twice, then got rid of it. Zinn ended up falling to the turf initially, was able to get back up, but there's now 2 outs and the base is empty. A 2-1 count for Mattis. Foster winds and fires. This is sent the other way, out of play, and the deuces are wild. So make it a 1-3-6 pickoff for Zinn as he is again retired. But going back to Foster, 227 career innings with a 2.22 ERA in Washington. My goodness. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Mattis grounds it foul to the left side into the Otters' third base dugout. Actually, it clanks off the top of the dugout and rolls down to the bullpen. So we'll try it again at 2-2. Foster is into the motion. Here it comes. Tap back to the screen. Mattis staying alive with 2 strikes. We were told that His velocity numbers not quite up to par with what minor league scouts are looking for, but my goodness. The guy has struck out 209 in 227 innings, a career 2.22 ERA. What don't you see in a left-handed pitcher? Mattis goes after the next one, lines it down the left field line, fair ball. This will take a bounce and hop over the fence, and it'll be a ground rule double for Mattis. His second two-bagger of the game, and well, you can't help but think if Zinn didn't get picked off, could be second and third right now with one out. Instead, it's a man on second with two outs. Great at-bat by Mattis, saw 7 pitches. Got to 2-2, fouled a couple off, and then got his. So now at the plate, David Mendham. And the shift is on for Mendham, shaded to the right side of the infield. Lefty on lefty battle, and the first pitch from Foster. Fastball at the knees, called a strike, 0-1. So this time it is Wilder playing near the second base bag, Berkey playing in shallow right field, and Czech is near that first baseline playing deep. Outfield also playing deep. And now the 0-1. Mendham lines this one back up the middle, base hit, rounding third, heading for home. Mattis, throw to the plate, it's a good one, and it is in time as Santini applies the tag. McNeely guns down Mattis on a one-hopper to the plate, and that'll do it here in the top of the third. Evansville kept off the board with a nice defensive effort from the center fielder, but they lead Washington 2-0 after 2.5. Home half of the third inning, and it is 2-0 Evansville on top of Washington. Zach Smith, the right-hander, back on the rubber. He has seen 7 batters in the first 2 frames, giving up just a base hit. Here's the first pitch. It misses downstairs to Robert Chayka, and the count is 1-0. Smith, 29 pitches, 16 strikes. He comes to the set. And now the pitch. The 1-0 is tapped foul at the plate, so we'll try it at 1-1 for Chayka. Chayka bats right-handed, a .258 hitter this season. Tough day yesterday, 0 for 4. Smith ready. The kick and the pitch. And it's a strike at the knees, taken by Chayka, the count 1-2. Evansville was able to get 3 hits in the last inning. That is in the top of the third, but they could not score. Here's the 1-2, and it's tapped foul to the right side. Off the end of the bat of Chayka, and we'll try it again. There was a pickoff and then a put out from the center fielder, Caleb McNeely, which ended the inning, gunning down Gary Mattis at home. What could have been? Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and miss. So that's the third K of the game for Smith. Now he will face the catcher, J.C. Santini, after setting down Robert Chayka. There's one out here in this third inning, and Evansville leads it 2-0. The Otters trying to pick up their first win against Washington this year. Righty on righty matchup, the pitch. Fastball in the inside corner, called a strike, and it's 0-1. Washington, after yesterday's win, now 4-0 at home, 3-0 on the road against the Otters. Smith twirls and deals. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And Smith is firing on all cylinders as he usually does. Santini calls time. This is his first action of the series. Santini on the homestand, 4 for 8. 4 runs scored, a homer, an RBI, and a quartet of walks. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, says Zach Smith as he sets down Santini. There are 2 outs here in this third inning, back-to-back Ks. And the lineup will turn over for the leadoff man, Caleb McNeely. And this is why Zach Smith deserves to be an all-star. Here's the first pitch. Fastball, got it by McNeely, and the count is 0-1. McNeely also a strikeout victim. He led off the game offensively with a swinging K. The kick and the pitch, and this bounces to the plate, gets by Felix, goes back to the backstop, and it's a 1-1 count for the Wild Things center fielder. Smith is as good as anybody else in the Frontier League. He's 9th in ERA, in the top 10 in strikeouts as well. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, drops in for a strike. Oh, he had McNeely fooled on that one. He almost backed out of the way. And the count is now 1-2. Smith leans in, gets the sign. Base is empty, 2 gone in the third. Here's the 1-2. And it's tapped to the Otters' third base dugout, foul. And we'll try it again. Smith comes to the set. He deals. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball, not even close. And Felix blocks it, throws it to first. A strikeout of the side for Zach Smith as he sets the Wild Things down in order. 3 in the books, and Evansville has a 2-0 lead on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. We're in the fourth, and it is the middle third of this Otters order coming to the plate. We'll begin with Dakota Phillips, Kobe Foster back on the rubber, a lefty-on-lefty matchup, and Evansville sporting a 2-0 lead over Washington. Well, Foster gave up 3 hits in the last inning, but had a nice pickoff move, got some help from the defense. Evansville kept off the board. Here's the first pitch to Phillips, and he lines this one into right field, base hit. Boy, these Otters are tattooing Kobe Foster right now. That's the 6th hit as a team for Evansville tonight. So Phillips stays hot at the plate. He's aboard. And it's a leadoff single here in the fourth. So now coming up, Randy Bednar. Bednar bats right-handed. The southpaw comes to the set. Will throw to the first base bag, a close play, and Phillips was almost caught sleeping. Just able to get that left foot extended back to the bag before Check applied the tag. Now the first pitch to Bednar. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Well, Foster giving up both runs in the first inning. Couple of hits. Fielder's choice RBI from David Mendham, then the sac fly from Dakota Phillips. Here's the 0-1 to Bednar. He hits it sharply to third, and a diving play by Caulfield. Oh, what a snatch. And all you can do is tip your cap. Quick reaction time from the third baseman playing the hot corner. That ball was smoked off the bat of Bednar. Had to be at least 100 miles an hour. And Caulfield taking extra bases away. And there's one gone here in the fourth. Coming to the plate, Mason White. Lefty-on-lefty matchup. Here's the first pitch from Foster. And White swings and misses, 0-1. Boy, Bednar has hit the ball hard. Had a line drive out yesterday as well, but he continues to struggle at the plate. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. White down in the count, 0-2. Here's another guy struggling at the plate. White trying to snap a 3-game hitless streak. 0 for 2 yesterday, but he did walk twice. Foster at the set. A look to first. He deals home. Swing and a miss, 3 pitches, and he's able to set down White. 2 gone in the inning. And after the leadoff base hit, Phillips still staying on first. Otters lead it 2-0. And in the fourth, Alec Olin coming to the plate. Oland 0 for 1, grounded out to short his first time up. Here's the first pitch to him. Foster throws a fastball, hit foul the opposite way, out of play, and it's 0-1 to the right-handed hitter. Well, since coming to Evansville, Oland has seen action in 12 games, not including tonight, and he's only batting .136 with his new club. Here's the 0-1 pitch. No will have a throw to first. Phillips back in, standing. Foster leaning in. He gets the sign. At the set, glove at the belt. Here's the pitch. And the 0-1 is a breaking ball at the knees for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Hey, stay up to date with the latest news and promotions from the Evansville Otters by joining our e-newsletter by clicking Join Our E-News on the Evansville Otters website. That's evansvilleotters.com. Foster ready. Here's the pitch. Fastball just a shade high. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes for Olin. Olin swinging that yellow bat. Never seen anyone beside him to swing with yellow wood. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside. It's different with metal because they'll create all kinds of color combinations, and Easton, Marucci, all those brands putting together pretty much whatever they want. But usually with wood, it's pretty standard. Not for Olin. Here's the 2-2. And it's a breaking ball that's low and outside. I used to always be a Rawlings guy. That was my go-to bat back in the day. Foster at the set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And it's called strike three. A delayed strike three call from Manuel Fleites. Olin was heading down to first, and he is in total shock that that was called a strike. Here comes Andy McCauley to argue the call. Fleites already saying, no, don't come any closer. And this could get interesting. Andy holding up his hand saying, what did I do? I'm just coming to talk to you. And Fleites wants no part of it. Well, that might be a signal that Fleites knows he messed up that call. That looked a little bit off the inside corner. And we're done with the top of the 4th inning. One stranded for Evansville, no damage done. They lead it 2-0 over Washington. Bottom of the 4th inning, and it'll be Ethan Wilder leading it off for Washington. Zach Smith back on the rubber, the right-hander, tosses in the first pitch, and it's a fastball that misses low. The count is 1-0. Otters lead it 2-0 over Washington. And the wind has picked up here at Wild Things Park. We believe we have some rain on the surface as well. The 0-1 slapped out towards second base. Mattis up with it cleanly, and he throws to first, one gone. So a 2-pitch out for Smith. That brings his total up to 43 on the night. 28 strikes. He has looked sharp against the best team in baseball. And now coming to the plate, the 3-hole hitting Tommy Caulfield. Caulfield grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. The pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count is 1-0. We'll keep you updated on the weather situation. Some really dark clouds coming over the stadium. Smith at the set. The kick and the pitch. Fastball near the shoe tops of Caulfield. He gets out of the way. And it's a 2-0 count. We weren't supposed to have any rain at all tonight. Maybe a little earlier this morning, but it was supposed to stay clear. Well, that didn't happen. The 2-0. And this is swung on, shot out toward deep center field. Backing up is Olin. He leaps up and he makes the catch. What a play by the center fielder. Now it'll be Tyreek Reed coming to the plate. Well, Smith got away with one that time. A 2-0 count to the 3-hole hitter. He served one over the middle. Caulfield didn't miss, just missed the turf. First pitch to Reed. Fastball misses high, and the count is 1-0. Otters lead it 2-0. Righty on righty matchup. Smith at the set from the stretch. He deals. And here's another bullet out toward deep center field. Backing up is Oland at the track. He leaps again and reaches up to make the athletic play. A couple of nice defensive efforts from the Otters center fielder. That'll do it here in the fourth. Evansville with a 2-0 lead over Washington on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Justin Felix leading off the away fifth for Evansville. They lead it 2-0 over Washington. Kobe Foster back on the rubber. The right-hander, rather the southpaw, beg your pardon, into the wind. Here comes the first pitch, and Felix taps it at the plate foul. The count is 0-1. 56 pitches, 43 strikes for Foster. And we got a good pitcher's duel on hand tonight, as both starters have looked good. Although Evansville has hit Foster way more than the Wild Things have hit Smith. 2 runs, 6 knocks, 1 error for the Otters, and no runs just to hit, no errors for Washington. The wind still gusting here at Wild Things Park out toward left field. The pitch to Felix. He swings and misses, 0-2. Felix struck out swinging his first time up. That was his 33rd strikeout of the season, and he has played in what is now his 24th game. Here's the wind and the pitch. Grounder hit foul to the left side. Felix stays alive, and the count is 0-2. Evansville in the middle game against Washington. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses just a little bit high. And the Otters trying to hold on to their early lead, which they garnered in the first inning. Now the 1-2. Fastball misses away. I gave you the numbers earlier, but we'll say it again. Whenever Evansville has scored first at this venue this year, they are 0-3. Whenever they have not scored first, they're 0-1, the 2-2. Fastball misses in. And Felix has heading down to first base. He thought it was ball 4. Not quite. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Felix as he will head back to the plate. Well, all you can do is chuckle at that. And now Tom Vaith saying something out of the Washington dugout to Manuel Fleites, the home plate umpire. And now everybody's ready to go again. Well, Fleites was all the way over near the third base dugout before walking back home. Here's the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Well, that's the second time that Felix is fanned tonight. And now that'll bring up Alex Adams. 5 through 9 in the order. Foster has had his way with Evansville. It's been the first 4 guys to do damage. That's the 5th strikeout of the game. And Adams 0 for 1 with a K. Foster drops in a breaking ball for a strike. The count is 0-1. After this series, Evansville will head to Lake Erie Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The 0-1 line back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-2. So 2 big series coming up for the Otters, including this one. Foster into the motion. The southpaw, quick pitch is home, and this is lined back to the screen as Adams will stay alive. Bit of a timing mechanism there, trying to disrupt Adams at the plate as Foster didn't actually go into his leg kick. He turned and just fired home. He's back to it. Here comes the 0-2. This time he does go into the high leg kick, and it's a breaking ball that misses outside. A ball and 2 strikes for Adams. Foster has seen 6 prior games against the Evansville Otters in his career. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball hit foul to the third base side. We'll try it again for Adams. Against Evansville in his career, Foster has a 1.23 ERA. Unbelievable. 6 games, 36 2/3 innings, and 5 earned runs. The pitch, and it's a fastball that misses in. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Adams. He has seen Evansville once this year. That was back on May 29th. Through 7 innings, gave up just a run and 3 hits. Here's the 2-2. And it's a breaking ball low, so the count now full. A good battle that Adams is putting up at the plate. And here comes pitch number 8. Base is empty. 1 out in the 5th. Evansville leads it 2-0. Foster winds and fires the payoff. Called strike 3 at the knees. Adams didn't like it, and it's back-to-back Ks. That's 4 strikeouts in a row, dating back to the 4th inning for Foster. As the lineup will turn over, here comes Delvin Zinn. Zinn 2 for 2, a couple of singles. He scored the first run of the game in the 1st inning. Mr. Sun coming back out. Foster, the southpaw, into the motion. Here's his pitch. Breaking ball misses low, and the count is 1-0. Well, still some dark clouds around the ballpark, especially toward the left field side. And on the right side, again, the sun is out. The pitch, and it misses below the knees. The count 2-0 for Zinn. Well, down to our left, Washington and Jefferson College has their ball field right next to the Wild Things, a prestigious Division III program. The pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. I've been to that ballpark a couple of times back in my day at Allegheny College. Both teams in the President's Athletic Conference. Foster kicks and deals. Fastball in the inside corner, taken for a strike. And the deuces are wild for Zinn. Washington and Jefferson won the PAC this year, made it to the regional tournament in the NCAA Division III Championship. Here's the 2-2. And it's a line drive back up the middle, sinking quickly, and a base hit for Zinn. A 3-for-3 game. How about that? This guy has been on fire with the bat, and he will extend this 5th inning. Now coming to the plate, Gary Mattis. Otters lead it 2-0. We're in the 5th. And again, Evansville has been hitting Kobe Foster. They had 3 base hits in the 3rd frame. I feel like they could be leading by more. Here's the first pitch. And Mattis lines one toward the right center gap. This is going to get down, cut off by McElwain. Up toward third is Zinn. Holding at first is Mattis. Back-to-back base hits with 2 gone in the 5th. So that's Mattis's 3rd hit of the day. He has a couple of doubles to go along with it. And now coming up, it's David Mendham. Mendham 1 for 2. A fielder's choice RBI in the 1st. Singled his last time up, but that ended the inning after a 8-2 putout from Caleb McNeely. There are 2 outs here in this 5th frame. Foster kicks and deals from the stretch. Breaking ball on the outside corner, 0-1. Mendham batting left-handed. He's a .333 hitter on the season. Looking to nab another RBI today. Foster comes to the set. Glove at the belt. Here's the pitch. Ground ball back up the middle, base hit. And coming in to score is Zinn, holding up at second base, Mattis. 3 base hits in a row for Evansville here in this 5th inning, all coming with 2 outs, and they take a 3-0 lead over Washington. So now it'll be the dangerous Dakota Phillips. That's the 2nd hit of the game for Mendham. Phillips 1 for 1, a sac fly in the 1st, singled his last time up. And again, it's been the top half of this Otters lineup to do all the damage. Both runners go on the first pitch. It's a fastball low, throw to third, and it is not in time. Mattis in with a stolen base. Mendham steals second. 2 ducks in the pond for Evansville. Well, Phillips has had a hot start in his Otters tenure this year upon returning. Started the year with Fargo Moorhead in the American Association. Now the 1-0 from Foster. And this is lifted in the air, opposite side, out of play. And that will land on the concourse. It'll be a souvenir. So the count 1-1. And things just didn't work out for Phillips up in North Dakota, and he figured, hey, why not come back and help my old team? Oh, has he done that and more? A chance for more runs in this 5th inning for Evansville. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And Phillips skies it back our way toward the press box. And the count is 1-2. Randy Bednar on deck. Mason White in the hole should it come to that point. Infield playing deep, outfield playing deep. Foster kicks and deals. And the 1-2 is taken just a smidge upstairs, and the deuces are wild for Phillips. Now this is the kind of offensive production that Evansville needs until the rest of the games, until the All-Star break. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Phillips down on strikes. Evansville will have to settle for 1 as Delvin Zinn comes in to score, makes it a 3-0 game. The Wild Things coming to bat in the home half of the 5th on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Zach Smith back on the rubber. He has looked sharp, keeping this Washington order off the board. We're in the home fifth, and it's 3-0 Evansville. The right-hander kicks and deals the first pitch to Andrew Check. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Pitch number 50 coming up for Smith. Here it comes. Fastball at the knees, taken for a strike, and it's 1-1. 31 strikes for Smith tonight. And again, a late addition to the All-Star roster in 2024. Certainly well-deserved. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses off the plate. Just off that outside corner to Check, and it's 2-1 to the left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball low. Check had a base hit taken away from him in that second inning. Grounded out to the shortstop, Zinn, who made a terrific play deep in the hole. One-hopped it to Mendham, who was able to snag it. The 3-1 lifted the opposite way out of play, and the count is now full. Smith's best start of the year came not too long ago in an appearance against the Windy City Thunderbolts, where Smith threw a complete game shutout, struck out 14. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball, tapped to the second baseman, Mattis, up with it cleanly, and he will throw out Check. There's one down. That start came back on June 23rd for Smith, and he has put together a lot of good starts this year for Evansville. Of course, not all as good as that one, but he has been magnificent. First pitch swinging, and it's a ground ball to the left side. This gets under the glove of Adams, and Brandon McElwain will have a base hit. So that's the first base runner since the second inning. First base hit since the first inning. McElwain reached on an error in that first frame, but then was thrown out on a caught stealing later in the frame. Now at the plate, Evan Berkey. Here's the first pitch, and it's a fastball that misses in. The count is 1-0. Righty on righty matchup. Otters lead it 3-0 over Washington. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Smith's fastball misses just off the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and no strikes for Berkey. Berkey struck out his first time at the dish. Smith at the set. Here comes the 2-0. Tap back to the screen, foul. We'll try it at 2-1. You look at the insider statistics for Smith, and they really don't look all too impressive. Only 7 first pitch strikes, 1-0-2 count, 3-1-2 counts. He deals, and it misses just a smidge downstairs, 3-1. But he's created weak contact. He had some help from the center fielder, Alec Oland, in the last inning. A couple of nice plays in center field. Now the 3-1, runner goes, and this is swung on, smashed down by the left field line, but this will hook foul, and it'll clank off the visitors' clubhouse. So the count 3-2 now for Berkey. And Smith has still been able to register 5 strikeouts, so he's still getting guys out. Now the payoff. Runner goes again. Here's a tapper back to the mound. A check swing from Berkey as he slams his bat to the Washington first base dugout, heading down to first, and Smith will throw him out. So up to second base, McElwain on the 1-3 putout. 2 gone here in this 5th inning, and it's Robert Chayka coming to the dish. The other thing that Smith has done well tonight, he has not worked into any 3 ball counts, a couple of 3-2 counts. Here's the first pitch. Chayka cuts and comes up empty, 0-1. But his 2 3-2 counts that he has thrown in have come this inning. And that's kept the pitch count way down. Smith at the set, a look to second. He deals the 0-1. Breaking ball, touches the outside corner. And it's 0-2 now for Chayka. Chayka 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. 0 for 5 in the series against Evansville. Runner in scoring position for Washington. Here's the 0-2 from Smith. Breaking ball, and Chayka started to go around, but able to hold up in plenty of time, and the count is now 1-2. Smith leans in, gets the sign. He's ready. Here's the 1-2. And it's a fastball just off the inside corner. So the deuces are wild now for Chayka. Boy, that was a close take. Well, we know Manuel Fleites not going to argue balls and strikes tonight. Here's the 2-2. Swing and miss. Breaking ball for Smith, and he's able to retire Chayka. That'll do it. 5 in the books. And Evansville with a 3-0 lead over Washington on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 6th inning, and Evansville with a 3-0 lead over Washington. Kobe Foster back on the rubber. The left-hander winds and fires the first pitch. Misses off the inside part of the plate, and the count is 1-0 for Randy Bednar. Evansville, 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Washington, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Here's the pitch, and Bednar lifts this in the air, straight away center field. Backing up McNeely, he's at the track, and this will bounce off the wall. And it'll bounce over the wall. A ground rule double. That's the second of the game for Evansville. And Bednar picks up his first 2-bagger tonight. Mattis, out of the 2 doubles he's had tonight, one of those bounced over the left field wall. And you can't help but feel like the wind took that one a little bit for Bednar, because McNeely had a beat on it. Then all of a sudden, he was sprinting back. So now at the plate, Mason White, first pitch to him. Breaking ball, and it misses inside, the count 1-0. 85 total pitches for Foster tonight. And this Otters roster has been hitting him well. Here's the pitch. White sends it back to the screen. 1-1 the count. Zinn a 3-for-3 game. Mattis a 3-for-3 game. Mendham a 2-for-3 game. Phillips 1-for-2, and now Bednar 1-for-3. White bats left-handed. The southpaw Foster deals. Runner goes to third. Fastball misses away. Throw to the bag. Not in time. Bednar sweeps third. His 7th steal of the year. The pitch was a ball to White, so it's a 2-1 count. Still nobody out, and the Wild Things defense will play in. Foster comes to the set. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball drops in for a strike, and the count even for White at 2-2. White 0-for-2. A strikeout and a flyout. And that flyout was into the infield. If he can get one to the outfield, that would suffice. Now the 2-2. He lifts it in the air, a pop-up toward the Otters' third base dugout. Charging the catcher Santini, but this will land in the 4th row of seats, and it'll be a souvenir. So we'll try it again at 2-2 for White, and this is a big at-bat for him. Evansville needs that run at third to come home. And White also trying to snap a 3-game hitless streak with the infield in. If he hits one hard, could get through a hole that it otherwise wouldn't have with the infield playing back. Now the 2-2 from Foster. And White pops another one up, foul territory, third base side. Charging this time Caulfield, but this will just get over the netting on that third base side, and we'll try it again at 2-2. Well, White fighting with 2 strikes. Foster at the set. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball line down the right field line, but this is slicing foul. Well, 3 foul balls in a row from White. Here comes pitch number 8 of the at-bat. Runner on third, nobody out, and we're in the 6th. Foster kicks and deals the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 3. A great pitch from Foster. And that'll send White back to the dugout, his 2nd K tonight. And that's a huge out, number 1. Now coming to the plate, Alec Oland. Well, out of all the starts this year for Foster, there has only been one other time where he has given up more than 3 runs. That's how good he's been. Here's the pitch. And Olin watches it downstairs. The count is 1-0. That pitch count starting to get up there, though. 93 total pitches. With that last ball to Olin. He deals. And Olin watches it outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Six quality starts on the year for Foster. He deals the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Well, if he can find a way to Houdini out of this one, he'll bid for another quality start. Oland 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out. Infield remains in for Washington. Now the 2-1. And Olin watches a breaking ball that misses downstairs and in. 3 balls and a strike. Justin Felix on deck, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Alex Adams in the hole, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. So you feel like Evansville really needs to get that run home now. The 3-1. And this is lined back up the middle, base hit. And Olin comes through He will drive in Bednar, and Evansville takes a 4-0 lead. We'll see if that gets Oland off the schneid. Hit the ball hard back up the middle, just no chance for Berkey at second as he was drawn in. And coming to the plate, Justin Felix. Runner on first, one out, we're in the sixth. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. That's a huge base hit and a huge run for Evansville. Foster at the set. He'll throw to first. Back in safely is Olin. Foster has picked off one runner today. Got Delvin Zinn in a 1-3-6 pickoff in the third inning. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball, tapped to the left side of the infield. Rolls to Andy McCauley in the third base coach's box, and it's 0-2 for Felix. Well, those dark clouds moving quickly away from the stadium. More lighter colors in the air now, and it's turned out to be a really nice day aside from the few minutes of rain that we had in the last inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. First, another throw to the bag, and a head-first slide for Oland as he beats the tag from Czech. .76 degrees are game time temperatures. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. And Felix down on strikes. So now to be Alex Adams coming to the plate. Felix, 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts. Adams, 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. So the 8 and 9 hitters have really struggled tonight, but the rest of the order coming through in some big-time spots as the Otters lead Washington 4-0. The southpaw deals the first pitch, and Adams takes one off the inside corner. They count 1-0. Paven Parks making his way back to the club yesterday as he checked in with the team at the hotel. So wonder when he's going to be activated off the 14-day. Here's the 1-0. And it's a nice breaking ball. Looked like Foster pulled the string and had Adams way out in front on the swing. It's 1-1. That would be a huge bat to have back in the order. Parks was destroying the baseball before he got hurt. The 1-1. And it's a fastball, misses just off the outside black. 2-1 to the right-handed hitter. And you think Parks, now Delvin Zinn, Dakota Phillips at the top of that order. David Mendham. Foster steps off, a lazy throw to first. Even a guy like Randy Bednar, if his power bat can start to get going again, boy, that first 5 can be really deadly. Now the 2-1 pitch. And it's a fastball painted at the knees. A nice frame by J.C. Santini. The catcher might have stole a strike. And it's a 2-2 count for Adams. Foster gets the sign. Comes to the set, glove at the belt. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 6 strikeouts from the last 2 batters in the order for Evansville. But the Otters get another run to come in and score. Randy Bednar with a double. Alec Oland with an RBI single. And the Otters lead at 4-0 over Washington after 5½. 9-1-2 in the order for Washington. Zach Smith toes the rubber for Evansville, and the starter has kept Washington off the board through the first 5. Evansville with a 4-0 lead here in the home 6th. The right-hander from the stretch deals the first pitch. Santini swings through it, and the count is 0-1. 67 pitches and 41 strikes for Smith. He deals, and the 0-1 is a breaking ball that misses outside. Well, Smith has all pitches working for him tonight, and he has utilized his stuff to the best of his abilities against the best team in the Frontier League. Now the 1-1, and it's tapped back to the screen. Foul. We'll try it at 1-2 for Santini. Smith holding Washington to just 2 hits. Well, yesterday this was a club that put up a dozen hits, and 11 of those came against Tristan Harvin, the starter. Smith ready. He deals. Ground ball back up the middle, off the mound towards the shortstop Zinn. He will field it and throw to first to retire Santini. 1 gone here in the 6th. Seemed like that mound might have slowed the baseball down as it rolled up the hill and then caromed toward the left side of second, which allowed Zinn to make a running throw to first. Now coming to the plate, Caleb McNeely. The leadoff hitter goes after the first pitch, lines one to straightaway center. Right there to make the catch, Alec Oland. And there's 2 quick outs. So 5 pitches into the frame, the bases are empty. Evansville leads at 4-0, and coming to the plate, Ethan Wilder. Wilder, 1 for 2. He singled his first trip up, grounded out his last time in the 4th. The pitch is off the outside part of the plate. 1-0 to the right-handed hitter. Wilder batting .291, entering play today. This is his 34th game. Smith at the set. Glove at the belt. The pitch. Fastball at the knees, taken for a strike. Just caught that outside corner. And the count is 1-1. Smith with 6 strikeouts tonight, keeping up with that Ks per 9 rate. Here's the 1-1, and it's a breaking ball that misses away. Smith a 9.7 strikeouts per 9, and again, he's one of the best guys to strike others out in the Frontier League. Here's the 2-1 delivery. This is shot back up the middle, and it'll be a base hit for Wilder. So a 2-out base hit for Washington. We're in the 6th, and coming to the plate, it's the 3-hole hitting Tommy Caulfield. Caulfield had the day off yesterday, making his return to the lineup here tonight. He's 0 for 2, and he was robbed of extra bases after smashing a ball to deep center his last trip up. First pitch to him, he goes after it, hammers it toward the left center gap. Oland on his horse, won't be able to get there. This will bounce over his head and land at the base of the wall. Rounding third, heading for home, Wilder. He's in safely. Throw to third is thrown away, bounces off the Otters dugout, goes back to the backstop, coming in to scores Caulfield, and it'll be a triple, and he scores after the throwing error. So it ends up being a 2-run triple. That's the second 3-bagger of the year for Caulfield as he picks up an RBI and again advances on the throwing mistake. And now it'll be Tyreek Reed at the plate, so make it a 4-2 game. And the first pitch to Reed, fastball misses high. That's the first blemish that we have seen from Smith tonight. Back-to-back hits with 2 outs here in the 6th. Smith at the set, the right-hander from the stretch deals. And it runs inside and hits Reed. Well, that bullpen's starting to get hot. Looks like it's John Beamer, the right-hander, warming up down there for Evansville. And here comes Max Peterson. We'll take a short step aside on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. We'll be back in 15 seconds after this. Kyle Chandler back with you. We're in the 6th inning, and there's a runner on first base for Washington. They have already plated 2 runs in this inning after the RBI triple from Tommy Caulfield. He came in to score on a defensive error from Evansville as the ball was thrown away at third. And then moments ago, Tyreek Reed hit by a pitch, so he's on first, 2 gone, and Andrew Check at the plate. The meeting between Peterson and Smith over. First pitch from Smith is a fastball at the top of the zone, and the count is 0-1 for Check. A couple of groundouts tonight for the left-handed hitting first baseman. Smith kicks and deals the 0-1, and Check sends it back over the screen foul, and we'll try it at 0-2. And an overcast night here at Wild Things Park. The wind is blown out to left field, and we've seen it help in a couple of situations. It might have helped Caulfield's triple. Here's the 0-2. Well, first Smith will step off. That pitch clock was winding down, so he'll get back on the rubber. At the set, the pitch. Breaking ball, a check swing from Check. And he did not go around, says third base umpire Tom West, who is standing on the right side of second base behind the mound. Not sure how he's ever going to see if Check actually crossed the plane standing there. Oh well, now the 1-2. Ground ball hit out towards short. Zinn up with it cleanly. He'll go the short route to second, and Mattis is there to retrieve it for the force. That'll do it here in the 6th as Washington plates 2. It's a 4-2 Otters lead, and we'll head to the 7th on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Brendan Nail will toe the rubber for Washington here in the 7th inning. Final line for the starter, Kobe Foster. 6 innings of work, 4 runs all earned on 11 hits, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. Coming to the plate, it'll be the leadoff hitter, Delvin Zinn. 3 for 3 today, all singles. And he's scored twice. Here's the left-hander's first pitch as he works from the stretch, and it's in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. A 4-2 game with Evansville leading. Nail at the set. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball drops in, and it's quickly 0-2. Washington jumping on the board for the first time tonight in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now the 0-2. And it's a check swing. He went around, says first base umpire Kyle Eastman. Zinn in total disbelief, showing Eastman where he thought that he left the bat. Well, got to be careful there. Don't want to get tossed. And Zinn out number 1 here in the 7th. That'll bring up Gary Mattis. First pitch to the right-handed hitter. And Nail throws a fastball on the outside third, called a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, good start. He has loaded up the zone early. He's back at the set. And now the pitch. 0-1 swung on and missed. 0-2 now for Mattis. He's 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a run scored, a single, and a stolen base. Nail ready, he deals. And this is lined back to the screen. We'll try it again at 0-2. Nail in 2024 into his 4th appearance, all out of the bullpen, a 6 ERA. And he has worked in 3 innings of work, giving up 2 runs. Mattis going back to the dugout looking for some more pine tar. Now he comes back to the plate. Nail played in 6 seasons in the Red Sox organization. In his career, went 14-7 with a 3.21 ERA in 137 games. The southpaw deals. And this is shot down the first base side, but well foul as it goes out of play. And we'll have another 0-2 for Mattis. Nail reached as far as AAA in 2023 last year. Was 1 step away from the bigs. Here's the 0-2. This is swung on and lined back up the middle, tailing toward the right center gap, and McNeely won't be able to get there. And Mattis has a 4 for 4 day. Drops the anchor at first, and it's a 1-out single. Here comes David Mendham to the plate. Mendham 2 for 3, couple of singles, couple of RBIs, and a stolen base. So interesting for a guy like Nail to have the career numbers he did with the Sox, and well, he struggled, albeit it's only been 3 prior appearances this year, but not really characteristic of the way you would expect him to start in his tenure with Washington. Lefty on lefty battle. He deals the first pitch to Mendham. Breaking ball in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. But Mattis putting together another great at-bat. Was down in the count 0-2. Fouled a couple of pitches off and then picked up another hit. Throw to first. He's in safe with a head-first slide. Nail at the set. He kicks and deals. Runner goes to second. Fastball low. Throw to the bag. Not in time. Oh, how many stolen bases has Evansville picked up against the catching staff of Washington this series? That's the 2nd stolen base from Mattis tonight. As he's in scoring position now. There's 1 out here in the 7th, and the count is 1-1 for Mendham. Some fog rolling in over the Appalachian Mountains. Can't tell if it is a light mist down on the playing surface, and we're getting nods in the press box that it is. Nail deals home the 1-1, and Mendham watches it low. 2 balls and a strike. So a couple of times now tonight we have seen some light rain, if you even want to call it that. Certainly not hard enough to stop play. Hopefully it doesn't come to that point. Now the 2-1. And Mendham lifts it in the air, down by the left field line. High and deep near the pole. And it is a foul ball. had home run distance. And all Chayka could do was watch and pray that that one got to the left of the left field foul pole, and it did. So it's a long strike, and now it's a 2-2 count for Mendham. David seeing the ball well tonight, putting it in play in all 3 at-bats. Here's the 2-2. And he sends it foul back over the screen. We'll try it again. Otters lead it 4-2 over Washington. Evansville getting ahead early, 2 runs in the first inning. They added another in the 5th and 1 more in the last frame. Now the pitch. And Mendham lines one into straightaway left field there to make the play as Chayka barely had to move out there. And while it was right at him, still not an easy play with that wind gusting out toward left field, but he's able to retire Mendham on the line out. 2 gone in the inning. So now coming to the plate, Dakota Phillips. 1 for 2, a single, a strikeout, and a sacrifice RBI fly. Nail trying to prevent any further damage for Washington. The pitch, and Phillips takes outside, the count 1-0. Not too often you'll see Kobe Foster give up more than 3 runs in a start. In fact, he's only done it 1 other time this year. Nail at the set, and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, blew a fastball by Phillips. So as far as getting after the starter goes, well, you probably got the best you could out of Foster. And they tagged the starter for 11 hits. Runner goes on the next offering, and the ball skips by Santini as Mattis was sliding into third, so no chance for an advancement home. But he is 90 feet from scoring. So that's the 3rd stolen base from Mattis tonight. Two gone here in the 7th. And the count 2-1 for Phillips. Nail leans in, he gets the sign. Now the 2-1 pitch. Phillips swings and misses, and it's 2-2. Dakota came into this game batting .429. Nearly a 1,600 OPS in his first 6 games with Evansville. Trying to do more damage. Here's the 2-2. He cuts and comes up empty. That'll do it. And we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time at Wild Things Park. Evansville 4, Washington 2 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Brandon McElwain leading it off, and we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. John Beamer on the rubber, his first pitch in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Beamer, a right-hander out of the pen, winds and fires the next pitch home, and it's swung on and missed quickly. 0-2 for McElwain. Well, just 79 pitches for Smith tonight, 49 strikes, but probably a wise decision. I think maybe he could have gone one more, but after Washington got 2 in the 6th inning, don't really want to take any chances against the best team in baseball. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside. McElwain 1 for 2. He's reached twice, 1 on an error, 1 on a single. Beamer into the motion. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's tapped back to the screen, foul. Try it again. Evansville leads it 4-2 over Washington. All things considered, a great day for Zach Smith on the rubber. Beamer motions home the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got McElwain a good start out of the bullpen. 5 pitches in and out here in this 7th inning. And now coming to the plate, Evan Berkey. Berkey 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Righty on righty matchup. Beamer into the wind. Here's his pitch. And Berkey squares the bunt, pulls back, missed low, and the count 1-0. Final line from Zach Smith tonight, 6 innings. Gave up just 2 runs on 4 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Now the 1-0 delivery. And this is shot back up the middle, straightaway center field. Ranging in and diving is Oland, and he makes the catch. How many highlight reel plays can Oland make tonight as he robs extra bases of Berkey, and there's 2 gone here in the 7th. That'll bring up Robert Chayka. Oland has been like a gazelle, gliding all over the outfield tonight. The right-hander's pitch, breaking ball, drops in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. My goodness, Alec Oland. Beamer winds and fires the 0-1. Whoa, just a bit outside. Courtesy of Bob Uecker. That was outside of the other's batter's box. That's how far that pitch missed. Beamer back to it, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. He blew a fastball by Chayka, and he's got him down in the count 1-2. Bases empty, 2 gone in the 7th. Otters lead it 4-2. Now the 1-2 delivery. A fastball again way outside. And it looks like Beamer is just holding on to the baseball too long. He's whipping his arm across his chest. At least on those 2 pitches that really weren't even close. Now the pitch. Fastball misses down low and away. Beamer, a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, changeup, slider, curve. Works with 5 pitches, uses them all well. He's ready. Here's the payoff pitch to Chayka. And it's lifted foul down by the right field line. This will scurry out of play. We'll try it again. Evansville trying to even the series. We're in the middle game of this 3-game set with Washington tomorrow. We'll be back at it, a 7:05 first pitch Eastern time. Now the 3-2. And it's tapped back to the screen. We'll do it again. And after tomorrow, Evansville will make the 3-hour bus ride over to Lake Erie, and they'll play in Avon against the Crushers Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The 3-2 again. And here's a line drive into shallow left field. Charging in is Bednar. He has room and makes the catch. That'll do it. And there's 7 in the books. It is Evansville 4, Washington 2 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Christian James on the rubber for Washington. We're in the 8th. And his first pitch is swung on, dribbled back over the mound off the bat of Randy Bednar. Charging the second baseman, Berkey. He gloves and throws to first, and they're able to beat Randy by a half a step. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in this 8th inning. 19 pitches out of the pen for Brendan Nail. Worked a scoreless frame, stranded a runner on third base. So now it's James trying to hold this 4-2 deficit for Washington. Evansville scoring early. They have held on to the lead, and that's the first time that we can say that. But the game is not over yet, and Evansville will have to hold Washington for 2 more innings. Well, Andy McCauley arguing the call with first base umpire Kyle Eastman. He hasn't gotten tossed yet, but not happy with the call for Bednar, and now he'll jog all the way back across the diamond. So interesting to see Andy McCauley stop play just to go argue with the umpire. Oh, Andy. That's why we love him. And now at the plate, Mason White. First pitch from James, and the right-hander throws a fastball from the stretch inside. The count is 1-0. James, a sidewinder, comes from in between a 90-degree and 3/4 slot. The 1-0 pitch, and it's grounded back up the middle, snared by James, and he will flip it to first base. 2 gone in the 8th. So now it'll be Alec Olin coming to the plate, 1 for 3 with an RBI single his last time up. And James making quick work of this inning. 3 pitches, he's got 2 outs. Olin batting .244 entering play today. First pitch from James. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count is 1-0. James comes to the set. Now the 1-0 delivery. It's lifted in the air. Foul territory to the right side near the Washington bullpen. Check gives it a look, but this lands out of play. Hey, want to make your lawn and landscape look like a field of dreams? Make sure you use 10 Barge professional brand products. Pick them up at any of the 3 locations, beautifying the communities we live in and the grass we play on and walk on, all since 1940. James ready. Now the 1-1 pitch. And it's slapped foul to the opposite side. Out of play again. 1-2 now to the right-handed hitter. Olin snapping a 2-game hitless streak with that last base hit he had. Was 0 for 4 yesterday. A long pause. And James just gets it off before that pitch clock hits 0. Pitch is swung on, line down by the right field line, just in foul territory. A diving attempt by McElwain, but he couldn't get there. So Olin will head back to the plate. He's got a 1-2 count. Olin was wearing 29 earlier in the year. He has switched to number 20. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball right down Broadway, and Olin knew it. So a 1-2-3 inning for James as he strikes out Olin. We'll head to the home half of the 8th. Evansville 4, Washington 2 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. John Beamer back on the rubber for Evansville. It is 9-1-2 in the order for Washington. We'll begin with J.C. Santini, and the Otters lead it 4-2. Bottom of the 8th inning. Beamer worked a 1-2-3 in his first frame of work. And he'll try to do the same thing here. The right-hander winds and fires. Santini takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Beamer 15 pitches in that first inning. He's ready, he comes home, and the 0-1 is at the knees, strike 2. Well, he has wasted no time on the rubber today. Santini digging back in. And Beamer off to a good start out of the bullpen. The 0-2. Breaking ball, lots of tail to it, and a little bit too much as it just missed that outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes for the right-handed hitting Santini. Now the next offering. Fastball just off the plate again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beamer in his last appearance saw 2 innings of work against New England back on July 6th. Gave up 2 hits, struck out 4, no runs. The pitch, and here's a ground ball hit out toward third. Short pick from the third baseman Adams near the bag. Throw to first, and a beautiful play over at the hot corner. And that'll set down Santini, 1 gone in the 8th. So the lineup flips over. Here comes the leadoff hitter, Caleb McNeely. McNeely 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a lineout. Beamer winds and fires. Grounder hit to third. This is over the bag, and it will be in fair play. It'll roll to the Otters bullpen. Trying to pick it up, Bednar. Rounding second base is McNeely, and he will hold up there. There's some friendly fire from the guys down in the pen, getting in the way of Bednar, trying to corral that baseball. But now it'll be Ethan Wilder coming to the plate. And a quick meeting on the mound between Felix and Beamer. So the tying run comes to the dish. 1 gone here in the 8th inning. Otters lead at 4-2. Evansville looking for their first win of the year against Washington. They have not won against the Wild Things since August 20th of 2023. Beamer comes to the set from the stretch. A look to second, now the pitch home. Breaking ball misses high and inside. Well, that is quite some time to have Evansville not picking up a win against a club. Almost a year. Now the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball drops in for a strike. 1-1 now for Wilder. Wilder 2 for 3. He singled and scored in the 6th inning. On deck, Tommy Caulfield. In the hole, Tyreek Reed. The most dangerous part of the order for the Wild Things. Now the 1-1. And it's lined back to the screen foul. A ball and 2 strikes for Wilder. Beamer into his 22nd appearance this season. 28 1/3 prior innings and a 3.49 ERA. He has turned out to be one of the best men out of the bullpen for Evansville. 36 Ks in his 28 1/3 innings of work. He offers up the 1-2. Breaking ball misses away. Beamer spent 1 season with the Milwaukee Brewers after college in the Arizona Complex League as a non-drafted free agent. Didn't work out, so he came here. Now the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3. Wilder didn't like it, but Manuel Fleites pulled the trigger. And that's the 2nd K of the night for Beamer. A huge out, number 2, as McNeely still on second base. Now it'll be Tommy Caulfield digging into the dish. Bats left-handed. We're in the 8th, 4-2 Evansville. Beamer looks to second, deals home. Breaking ball misses in the count 1-0. Well, Kobe Foster, the starter for Washington, had 10 Ks. Then Brendan Nail struck out 2. Christian James has a strikeout. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses away, but Evansville has still struck out a fair amount of men as well. Zach Smith with 6 in his performance. And now Beamer with 2. Well, the most important thing, Evansville with the lead. Beamer comes to the set. He twirls and deals, and the 2-0 is looked at on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 now for Caulfield. Caulfield had that RBI triple to left center his last time at the plate. And on the play, he came home to score after Delvin Zinn threw it to the Otters' third base dugout, and then it kicked to the backstop. Next pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. So that ended up being a 2-run play despite there only being 1 man on base. And it was a Little League inside the park home run. That's the second error today from Zinn, but he also made a really nice play earlier in the game, taking a hit away from Andrew Check. Beamer ready. A look to second, the deuces are wild. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit foul to the first base side. And we'll try it again at 2-2. Runner on second base. And we're in the 8th inning. Tying run at the plate for Washington. Beamer at the set. The pitch. Swing! Yes! A huge strikeout as he sets down Caulfield. 8 in the books. Evansville 4, Washington 2 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Keyoungju Kim on the rubber. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Evansville with a 4-2 lead over Washington. The right-hander comes over the head in the wind. His first pitch on the outside corner, a called strike, and it's 0-1 for Justin Felix. So the day is over for Christian James. Worked a 1-2-3, picked up a strikeout, and saw 1 frame of action. Now the 0-1 delivery. And it misses downstairs while the shift is on again for Felix. So Berkey playing to the left of second base toward the shortstop's region. Wilder playing on the cut of the infield and outfield, and Caulfield playing closer to the line at third. Keyoungju into the motion, and the 1-1 is popped up first base side. This is in foul ground, crossing the white chalk check, and he will make the catch right behind the first base coach's box. And there's one gone. So now to be Alex Adams. Felix now 0 for 4 to close out his night. Alex 0 for 3 so far, 3 strikeouts. Now of the 10 Ks that Foster was able to get today, as the first pitch is on the outside corner, a strike, 0-1. 6 of them came to the 8 and 9 hole hitters in Felix and Adams. Now the 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball, and it's a 12-6 curve that misses low. That had some serious vertical drop to it. Now that's how you know you got that traditional clock motioning curveball. Kim winds and fires, and the 1-1 misses low. Other curveballs that you will see in professional baseball across all levels have a little bit more horizontal movement to them. The 2-1. And it's a fastball off the inside corner. 3 balls and a strike for Adams. 1 gone in the 9th. Not too often we can say we're in the 9th inning with the sun still out. The 3-1. And this is shot in the air, high and deep toward right field. Backing up McElway. He is right in front of the track and makes the catch. So 2 gone in the 9th. The lineup will turn over. Here comes the leadoff man, Delvin Zinn. Although we can't say that there's any sunlight out. Still daylight, but no sun. It is overcast and still a little bit rainy here at the ballpark at Wild Things Park. It's been on and off. Just a light mist, maybe. Kim into the motion. Here's the first pitch, and Zinn takes low. The count 1-0. But again, nothing serious enough to hold up play. That happened once in the last series here early in the season. The 1-0 pitch, and it is a breaking ball that misses low. 2 balls and no strikes for Zinn. He's 3 for 4 today. All singles, 2 runs scored, and a strikeout. Righty on righty matchup. The wind in the pitch, and the 2-0 is grounded sharply to short. This should end the inning. Wilder up with it, and he will retire Zinn. 8.5 done, and 1 final chance for Washington. When we come back in the bottom of the 9th inning, Evansville with a 4-2 lead on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Four to 2, Evansville over Washington. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning, and it'll be Michael McAveen taking over duties for John Beamer. Beamer, 2 innings of scoreless work out of the bullpen, 1 hit allowed, 3 strikeouts, no walks. It'll be the middle third of this Wild Things order. We'll begin with Tyreek Reed, righty on righty battle. McAveen working from the stretch. At the set, the kick and the pitch. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. McAveen in the top 10 in the Frontier League in saves. He's got 5 this season. A four-seam fastball, cut fastball, curveball, and a slider. Now the 0-1. And it's waved at and missed. 0-2 the count now for Reed. Reed 0 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Well, Washington has had chances to get back into this frame. They left a runner in scoring position in the last frame in the 8th inning. And this one courtesy of Chris. Washington 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position tonight, as the next pitch is fouled to the right side, out of play. And we'll try it again at 0-2 for Reed. Chris, a representative of Washington, works for the Observer Reporter newspaper. And of those 4 ABs, 3 of them have resulted in strikeouts. The pitch, ground ball hit back up the middle. Diving attempt by Zinn. Can't get it. A leadoff base hit for Reed. So now to be Andrew Check, the tying run coming to the plate. Check in a tie for 3rd with the most home runs in the Frontier League by an individual this season. He's got 10 jacks. 4-2, Otters lead it in the 9th. McAveen kicks and deals. High chopper to the first base side, foul, and it's 0-1. Check 0 for 3, 3 groundouts tonight. Yesterday, he had a 2 for 4 game with an RBI and a run. McAveen leans in, the right-hander at the set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And it's taken low. A ball and a strike for Check. McAveen into his 16th appearance, a 2.30 ERA, 1.09 whip, and 15 2/3 innings. The right-hander deals home the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and he's got Check down 1-2. Evansville looking to pick up their first win of the season against Washington. They have fallen to a season worst, 12 games below 500 after yesterday's loss. So trying to recuperate after that. Now the 1-2 pitch. And this is lined back to the screen. And it goes over the screen. It'll be a souvenir as it lands in the bleachers. Well, Tyreek Reed had an 0-2 count before he found a single up the middle. Andrew Check also down in the count, trying to do the same. McAveen at the set. The kick and the pitch. Swung on, shot down by the right field line. This is fair, and it's going to bounce up against the wall. Picked up by White. He will get it back into the infield. Holding up at 3rd is Reed. It's a double for Check, and just like that, the tying run in scoring position with nobody out. So that'll bring up Brandon McElwain. And McAveen in danger of another blown save. He's already blown 1 save this year. And Evansville just hasn't had many opportunities to save ball games. When they win, it's usually a blowout. And when they lose, it's usually a blowout. So McAveen trying to hold on for dear life, but he'll have to put in some work now. McElwain at the plate, 1 for 3, and we'll have time called as Justin Felix wants a word with McElwain. Well, McAveen in a dangerous spot here. 4-2, Otters lead it. We're in the 9th. 2 ducks in the pond with nobody out for Washington. Meeting on the mound over. McAveen comes to the set. Here comes his first pitch. And it's a breaking ball that misses low. McElwain off to a hot start in his Washington Wild Things career. 9 for 25 at the plate. Low 1-0 pitch. And here's a bouncing ball hit out towards the shortstop, Zinn. No play at home, a bouncer to first, and it's not in time. That's gonna go down as an RBI single for McElwain. And he's able to drive home Reed. It's a 4-3 game. Runners on first and second, nobody out. It's the third hit of the inning. Well, I don't need to be the one to tell you. Evansville cannot afford to blow this lead. And we'll have a pinch runner. Looks like it's going to be Carson Clowers who will take over at second base for Andrew Check. And again, that tying run, 180 feet from scoring with nobody out. Here comes Max Peterson. He wants a word. We'll take 15 seconds away on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Back after this. Kyle Chandler with you here at Wild Things Park in Washington, Pennsylvania. We're in the ninth, and Michael McElwain with a sticky situation. A one-run game. He has already allowed one run to come in and score. 3 hits in the inning for Washington. Runners on first and second, nobody out. At the plate, Evan Berkey. He squares the bunt, pulls back a strike, and the count is 0-1. A sacrifice situation to try to get that tying run 90 feet from scoring. Righty on righty matchup. McElwain deals. Berkey squaring to bunt again. And the pitch is put back foul to the third base side. That was down by the line. Started in fair play, took a bounce, and then hopped into foul territory. So the count 0-2 now for Berkey. Well, we'll see if he tries to bunt again. You run the risk of fouling out if you don't get it down in fair play, but a critical situation for Washington here. He calls time. Well, Berkey back in the box. Usually that's an indicator to swing. McElwain at the set. He looks to second, now deals home, and it's another bunt attempt, and it goes back to the screen. Wild pitch. You have got to be kidding me. Well, Berkey doesn't even have to bunt now. McElwain all out of sorts here in the ninth, and now the infield has to play in for Evansville. So now the winning run in scoring position, nobody out. And it's a 1-2 count for Berkey. Base hit could win it for Washington. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. A massive out number 1. And that is exactly what McElwain had to do. Now he will face Robert Chayka. Or no, we'll have a pinch hitter. Chayka taking a step aside. It's going to be Jalen Miller, who was just activated off the DL today. So he will have his first at-bats returning from the injured list. Miller, 6 foot, 190 pounds, from Atlanta, Georgia. Bats right-handed. Infield in, second and third, 1 out in the ninth. The pitch, and it's sent back over the screen, foul. So we'll try it at 0-1. A thick plot tonight at Wild Things Park. And this small crowd has come to life in the last inning. McElwain ready. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. It is snared by Zinn. Sliding stop, throws to home, and they got him! Felix applies the tag. They're able to tag out check, and a huge out number 2. What a play by the shortstop, saving a run and saving the lead. Oh my. So a 6-2 putout, and Washington down to their final out. Here's J.C. Santini standing on first base. Chayka up to third. McElwain. Righty on righty battle. Here's the first pitch from McAveen. Ground ball back up the middle, and it's behind second. Mattis with it. He will try for second. Doesn't get there in time, then throws to first. It's late. Tying run comes in. Mattis indecisive with the baseball after fielding it behind the second base bag. And it's a blown save for McAveen. Tie game. Everybody safe. And that's going to be a Texas Leaguer infield single. And now it's Caleb McNeely at the plate. Washington with a chance to win it. Righty on righty battle. Here's the first pitch from McAveen. Fastball back to the screen as it's under the glove of Felix. Couldn't block it. Both runners advance, second and third for Evansville. Rather, Washington. Second wild pitch of the inning from McAveen. Four to four game in the ninth. 2 runs come in to score for Washington, and they're gonna intentionally walk the all-star Caleb McNeely. So now it'll be Ethan Wilder, a 2-for-4 game for him. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the ninth. Washington a chance to walk off after a blown save opportunity from McAveen. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to Wilder. Fastball right down the middle, and it's strike 1. McAveen comes to the set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And this is swung on, blasted in the air, high, deep to right field. White at the track. He will not make the catch. I don't even know where that landed. The rain has made that disappear under the lights. It might have gotten out of the stadium. It landed behind Mason White. It did not get out of the stadium. My apologies for not knowing initially where that landed, but Evansville blows the game. 5-4, Washington wins it as they plate 3 in the ninth, and Washington wins the series. They remain unbeaten against Evansville this year. What a heartbreaker. Evansville drops the middle game against Washington, and folks, there's no other way to put it. Evansville was in a position to win. They completely blew the game to the Wild Things, and they give up 3 in the ninth, and they let the Wild Things walk off a 5-4 loss for Evansville. Final box score in the recap coming your way on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. And before we go any further, let me just say, I am in total disbelief with this club. I cannot believe what my eyes have witnessed here tonight. It is completely unacceptable. And you cannot blow leads like you did tonight. It cannot happen. And this is why Evansville is in last place. That's all I'll say. I'll keep it professional the rest of the postgame. Evansville scored first, 2 runs in the first inning, a leadoff single from Delvin Zinn, then a double from Gary Mattis with runners on second and third. David Mendham hit a fielder's choice RBI, then a sacrifice fly from Dakota Phillips brought home 2 runs. Evansville able to extend their lead in the 5th inning. It was a 2-out single from Delvin Zinn, followed by a hit from Gary Mattis, and then another hit which brought home Zinn from David Mendham. So 3 base hits with 2 outs in that 5th inning. At the time, it was a 3-0 game. In the 6th inning, it was a leadoff double from Randy Bednar, and then he later came in to score 2 batters later on an RBI single from Alec Oland. And then that's when the Washington Wild Things started to score. 2 runs in the home half of the 6th inning. It was a 2-out single from Ethan Wilder, then a triple with an RBI from Tommy Caulfield. On the play, the ball was thrown away, and so Caulfield slid into third base safely but was able to advance to home as the ball went off the Otters' third base dugout back behind the backstop, and that was an unearned run, which of course came back to cost Evansville tonight as they lost by 1 run and they give up 1 unearned run. So again, the errors killing this team, and it made it a 3-2 game, rather 4-2 game at the time. Evansville held on until the 9th inning. Michael McAveen then came out of the bullpen and blew the game, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Tyreek Reed led off with a single. Then it was an Andrew Check double, then an RBI base hit from Brandon McElwain. 2 batters later, after an out, it was a 6-2 fielder's choice. A terrific play by the shortstop Delvin Zinn as they threw home. Justin Felix applied the tag to preserve the lead, 4-3 at the time. And then there were 2 outs in the inning. It was an RBI base hit from J.C. Santini, an infield single. Gary Mattis paused in his delivery to first base, thought about going to second. He was late there, and by the time he threw it to first, he was late there. Tie game at 4-4 at that point. And then after an intentional walk to Caleb McNeely, Ethan Wilder hit an RBI single to deep right field. And that's your game. Evansville losing again, and they drop to 20-33, a season worst, 13 games under 500. Washington moves up to 35-17. In the most uncanny and ridiculous way that you can win a game, Washington takes the series. They're set up to sweep Evansville tomorrow. Final box score, 5 runs and 4 earned for the Wild Things, 10 hits, no errors in the field, 6 left on base, and 4 runs all earned for Evansville. They out-hit Washington, but doesn't matter. 12 hits, 2 errors in the field, 6 left on. And the winning pitcher tonight, it is Kyungju Kim, as he tossed a scoreless 9th inning before Washington won in the bottom of the 9th inning. So Kim throwing a 1-2-3 as again he picks up the win against Evansville, and he moves to 3-2 on the season. Taking the loss, Michael McAveen blows the save, his second blown save this season, as he worked 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits with 1 K. How about the effort from Zach Smith tonight? The late add to the All-Star roster was magnificent. Went 6 innings, giving up just 2 runs, 4 hits, 6 Ks, no walks. Would have picked up the win if it weren't for the blown lead in the 9th inning. John Beamer also tossing 2 scoreless innings. So really, the first 2 guys for Evansville pitching-wise tonight did a terrific job. just a really unfortunate situation. So I apologize for taking my frustrations out on the post-game show. It has just happened time and time again for Evansville this year, and nothing has changed. This team has not changed, and they're not going to win if they don't change. So we keep saying there's time to turn things around in the second half of the season. Well, at this trajectory, they're not going to. And it's really unfortunate considering where this team was last year. Made it all the way to the Frontier League Championship Series. I don't know what they have to do. I don't know how they have to close out games, but they got to figure it out if they want to actually have a chance at coming back in the second half. Final time of today's game, 2 hours, 34 minutes, 1,529 came out to see it. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time, first pitch. This has been Kyle Chandler bringing you the play-by-play, the pre- and post-game shows. Hope to see you tomorrow. Hope the Otters can come back after this disappointing defeat. One final time, your final score, Washington 5, Evansville 4. And please take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. Most importantly, God bless.